Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Purple Penny Coin news video. Sorry we're a bit late today, it was busy in the shop, who would have thought. So Catherine's out the front taking care of things as usual, and I'm in the back here taking all the glory. So what's happened this week? In the shop here we've been incredibly busy on weekdays. To the point now where we're sort of struggling to find time to eat lunch, which is, I guess, is a good thing. Lots of people coming in to pick up their RAM orders, which is good. It's always good to get people coming in from all over Adelaide and picking up RAM orders. The buying has been interesting. We've had some interesting stuff come in. Nothing really sort of too spectacular, but interesting stuff that is nice to look at and interesting to talk to the people about as they bring it in. Hello Daryl, Matthew, Bob, Richie and Alan. Thanks for saying hi. I guess we'll just get started on the RAM releases first. So the Firefighter rolls shipped from the RAM on Tuesday, I believe. So that means that they should be here possibly tomorrow or next week. I guess the upside for that is that everyone who pre-ordered through our website or for pickup in store, they should be available for pickup next week sometime and in the mail sort of mid to late next week or early the week after. So that's good. The Firefighter rolls will be out and about next week or the week after. The supply of the 2021 Aboriginal flag mint and proof sets is still a bit patchy. The mint is sending things to us in dribs and drabs. I believe we've fulfilled quite a few of our pre-orders, but we've got another shipment of those proof and mint sets coming that was shipped out yesterday from the mint, and they should be here next week, and I think that will see us fulfill all of our pre-orders for everyone who is picking up via post or needs to come into the shop. So that's a good thing. And the touring car sets are still due to ship out next week. We haven't had any change on that from the mint. We've had no notification of any difference from that. So if we just... Catherine and I had a talk this morning about closing times over Christmas. We've had a look at the calendar and we have decided that that is going to be the closing time for the shop this year. We'll work right up until Christmas Eve, close on Christmas Day, and then reopen on January the 5th. Those of you would know that we are the retail shop is only open Wednesday to Saturday, and I think that date range we only shut on actually 2 days along with public holidays and things like that. So we will be here most likely just getting all the back office stuff done while the retail shop is closed, because we don't get a lot done when the shop is open. So please be aware, we won't be open from the 25th of December to January the 5th. We reopen at 10 AM Wednesday, January the 6th. So if you are here in Adelaide, please be aware of that. There might be a bit of a delay in packages being sent out over that time, because of course we want to celebrate Christmas and New Year as well, and we won't be doing any mailing on those days. So just be aware of the regular delays that will happen over that period. Hello Michael, hello Andy, welcome, thanks for watching. So this week I was thinking about what to talk about. I know the last couple of weeks we talked about PCGS. This week I thought I might talk about buying coins on social media, and the reason for that is that there were a few meltdowns on various Facebook coin groups last week, including one reasonably well-known seller pocketing purchases and not delivering on products, and that goes on top of another reasonably well-known seller who did the same thing a couple of months ago. You're kind of taking a risk buying on Facebook, because most people that sell on Facebook are just doing it as a bit of a sideline, and any sort of legal enforcement with failure of delivery of things that have been sold is always going to be difficult. There's nothing wrong with purchasing on Facebook, but I guess if you want to be careful with your money, there's a few things that you can do to make things easier for you. And a few years ago, Catherine and I wrote an article for the Australian Coin and Banknote magazine about trading safely on social media, and I thought it might be worth just going over a few of those points here for those of you who do buy things on Facebook. Firstly, use PayPal to pay. PayPal has a pretty good and rigorous returns procedure, and they're going to be the easiest way of getting your money back if something goes awry. Don't pay with PayPal Gift or PayPal Family and Friends, because then there's no return protection on that. If you are trading with someone in a Facebook group, don't do it via private message. Do it all in the open with posts on that Facebook group so that the administrators of the group are aware of what's going on. Ideally, you would use a group where seller IDs are stored and they have, approved sellers. The reason for that being that, if something does go awry, you can hopefully get some ID off of the group admins to try and recover your monies. If the group doesn't have that sort of process applied to it, then I would suggest asking the seller for a scan of their driver's license or similar, and if they won't give it, then just don't buy off of them. Don't buy off of them. Don't get caught in the hype. And what does that mean? Well, Firefighter $2 jumbo bags have appeared about 4 days ago, and as always in the first couple of days, people seem to be willing to pay ridiculous money for these things, and that's always going to attract others who think that there's easy money to be made. So, if you're getting caught up in this hype and you're egging these people on by paying huge money for things that frankly aren't worth the amount that you're willing to pay for them, then you are opening yourself up to getting scammed. So what does that mean? It means that when there's a new product released, if you can't get it at release price, just wait. Almost all products, new release products, the price starts down here, and the mint runs out, and then all the secondary market things pop up and they go up like this, and then it slowly just decreases. So if you are keen to buy on the secondary market straight away, you're going to pay more and you're going to open yourself up to problems. So just wait. And Catherine suggested that's called doing your due diligence. And what does that mean? It means that we sit here, Catherine and I sit here and see some stuff selling on Facebook, and we shake our heads because you can buy the same things off of us, off of our website, or out of our cabinets for less than what they're going for on Facebook. And I'm not suggesting you should come and buy off of us, but we have an established reputation. We're not a faceless person on the internet. We've got thousands of customers. We've got tons of positive reviews. We're not going to rip you off. So do your due diligence. Don't get caught up in the hype. Just, have a breath, and don't be manipulated by sellers on Facebook, because they will dead set try to manipulate you by drumming up hype that doesn't exist. Insist on track shipping. So even if that means paying more, make sure that you get track shipping with your products. And the last one here is try to buy off of well-known people and ask for references. So what do I mean by references? Ask them for names of other people that they've sold things to. Now, this last one here isn't a sure thing, because the two big sellers that I know of that have caused trouble had a big following, and they were very well known. They didn't just sort of fly in and take people's money. They had a long established history before they fell off the rails. So I guess all of this I'm trying to say is that, yeah, sure, buy on Facebook, there's nothing wrong with that, But just take a few of these precautions just to cover yourself, because we don't want people to lose out, because it turns people off the hobby, and we want to see more and more people collecting coins, not less and less. So that's my thoughts on Facebook. Hello Mimi, hello Rob, g'day Greg, hello everyone to the gravy train that's listening, watching I should say. Anyway, that's me in Facebook. Just be careful out there, folks. Now, I wanted to feature a coin this week, and there's this guy here. He's a 1790 8 reals that was struck in Mexico City, and those of you who have collected coins for a little while will know that the Spanish colonial 8 reals, of which this is one, was an Australian proclamation coin, which is one of those coins that Governor Gidley King gave a specific value in the colony of Australia. This one is of great interest to me because it has what's called chop marks on it. And if you look on the obverse there, they're quite obvious on the portrait that there's little symbols punched into the surface of the coin. Now, these coins were an international currency. They were traded and recognised all over the world. Now, in China, in the 1700s and 1800s, believe it or not, they used to create counterfeits, and people would try to pass off these coins as real, the counterfeits. And a way that Chinese traders would get around this is that they would actually do what's called chopping them, which is basically taking a metal punch and stamping a symbol into the surface of the coin. And that was done for a couple of reasons. One is to ascertain that it was actually a real silver coin, you know, that it wasn't a base metal coin, you could tell by the punch. And the other is if they did decide that it was a real coin, then as those coins circulated back to them, they'd see their stamp in the surface and go, well, we've determined that this coin is authentic and we can accept it in trade and as payments. So chop marks pretty much happened from, I believe, about the 15 or 1600s, when the Chinese were chopping silver bars and gold bars and things like that. And then as the silver dollar sized coins were introduced in the late 1600s and 1700s, they started chopping those silver coins, and it basically went right through until about 1930, when silver dollars really stopped being a tradable commodity in China. And you see chop marks on all sorts of coins. 8 reals and Mexican pesos are the most common, but you'll see them on French Indochina piastres, British trade dollars. Sometimes you see them on US silver dollars. I've seen one or two on English crowns, but that doesn't happen very often. South American 8 reals, you see them on those. So it's a really interesting field to collect, and sometimes you'll see some coins chopped so deeply that they've been hit that hard that it's actually bent the coin, and I find those just to be really interesting. They're an interesting historical example of how silver was used and how money was used in the 17th, 18th and 19th centuries, and I think everyone should have a chop mark coin in their collection because I think they're important things to own. So that's our coin of the week, and that about wraps it up for me today. We've been a bit quicker today than what we usually are because I didn't have a whole lot to talk about and we're very busy. So if anyone has any questions for me, anyone's got any questions about the new releases or the shipping of releases, or any questions about PCGS that came up from last week, please let me know what they are now and I'll try to answer them. If no one has any questions, I will probably sign off and go back out and help Catherine with the front of the shop. Yeah, g'day Matthew. Yeah, you did purchase one of those off of us a few months ago. I remember that coin quite clearly. I actually remember all chop mark 8 reals that have passed through our hands because I want to keep all of them, but I can't. So yeah, g'day Paul. Paul's a regular customer here, and it's always good to see Paul on watching the video. Peter is late. I'm just about to sign off, Peter. So, Peter, do you have any coin news to share with us this week? What did you think of the quality of the Firefighter C mint marks? I thought the coin quality was quite variable, and I'm not sure whether it was because of dirty planchets or dirty dies or whatever, but a lot of the C mint marks had very unusually textured surfaces, which were going to always hold the grades back if you were going to get them graded, but then every now and again you'd find one which was pretty pristine. So yeah, look, Kate, I was just talking about that. The quality of the C mint marks does vary from coin to coin, and I think this one, there was something very strange going on with the striking of the Firefighter coins. So and it didn't help that the capsules were dirty as well, so it was actually really difficult to see what was going on with the coins. So yeah, Kate, I think Peter and I have found the same thing that you did, that the quality of this lot of coins wasn't as good as what they have been. The Eternal Flame C mint marks were beautiful. These don't compare with those. So I think I might wrap it up there, folks. If anyone else has any other questions, I'll just give it a minute. No, I'm just trying to see if I've got anything to show you. We did have one customer bring it in a Telltale 5-cent roll in RAM paper that they've pulled out of an ATM, and we'll just be doing a quick video on that tomorrow. We'll open that just to see what year's in it, because he's got a whole bunch of them. He wanted to know what years they were and asked me to do a video of it so that he could watch that. I don't know what the labels are, Greg. Has anyone actually seen one of the Firefighter rolls yet? Because I haven't. I haven't seen a picture of one. I'm not sure even what the labels are or what they've done with the packaging. All I know is that they've shipped. So we haven't had really any communication from the mint about what the labels are or the stickers or whatever. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow or next Monday or Tuesday or whenever the shipment arrives. So have you seen any pictures of them, Greg? Right. Alright, folks, I'm going to wind it up there and get back out the front. So thank you everyone for taking part. As usual, it's always a pleasure. Looking for topics for next week. If someone's got something to talk about or some questions I want to ask, please send us a message or put it in the comments of this video, and I'll try to address it next week. Yeah, so always looking for topics. It's good to see you all, and please take care this week, and happy collecting, and we'll see you next week.